Well, they're based in South Asia, based in Nigeria. A lot of the posts go viral. Again, based in South Asia. When people talk about not having censorship, and I agree, by the way, of course, online, unless someone is breaking the law.
Right.
But we also need to be able to have a conversation where we know if we are discussing matters of national policy for our country, that people who are not members of our country, who are not citizens, we should know that about these people. Twitter, X, right, social media, and we've been fighting against the giants of big tech for a long time. I mean, we've been demonetized on YouTube now for well over half a decade. I mean, how many years? 6, 7?
A lot. They accidentally remonetized us for 5 seconds. And we're like, nope.
Yeah, and by the way, so the best way to stay in touch here, and Rumble is an actual open platform, is download the Rumble app. Follow me there. You don't have to be beholden to some new algorithm that silos you in an echo chamber. Just, hey, download the app, follow me there. That app is, it's really improved leaps and bounds really in the last year or two, where you can listen to just audio, you can play, it'll pick up right from where you left off. Social media itself, though, has become the public square for political discourse in the United States. And actually, some recent data shows that 54% of Americans regularly get their news from social media. So 50% from TV and 48% from news sites. I can tell you that we're able to confirm this because Louder with Crowder is still an active news site, and the traffic is, when we started, we had a lot of traffic on the written website, right? People would read articles. Now it's changed where people mostly consume it through video.
Yeah.
And that effectively makes places like X pretty valuable, pivotal. I mean, they shape not only opinions, but in many ways, they determine elections here in the United States.
You know, X/Twitter being somewhat of a public town square, and where more and more organizations host content and make announcements on Twitter. It's the only place on the internet to really get real-time, like down to the minute and second news.
But here's the problem. When it used to be a physical town square, most of the people in that town, believe it or not, were American. And so we've sort of taken this for granted, where we assume that a lot of people who are sounding off on issues that affect Americans, that really should be determined by Americans, now they could really just be littered with foreigners. So this weekend, X actually rolled out a feature that allows users to see where accounts are based. And this is the head of product for X, Nikita Beer. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She said, "This is an important first step to securing the integrity of the global town square. We plan to provide many more ways for users to verify the authenticity of the content they see on X. And for those in countries where speech has penalties, we've included privacy toggles to only show your region." So that's good that they took that into account.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The new feature, it didn't turn out like a lot of people expected. It showed us that a lot of accounts were basically, they were pretending, they were LARPing as citizens of the United States, in some cases other nations, when they may have never even been there, have no connection to this country. And as it relates to the United States, that's a big problem. After doing a little in-house cleaning, we even found here some oddities over which we had to take action.
Gerald.
Busted!
Bye? It gets worse. Yeah, we cross-checked.
What?
We cross-checked your burner account.
My what?
Somehow that's more acceptable than Israel, though. So
if it's Pound Town, is it pounding or being, okay, whatever.
So let's give you some examples. Again, all references are available. We tell you this every day. Links in the description. You have people on the pro-Israel side, on the anti-Israel side. You have people on the sort of old guard side. You have people on the Groyper side. You, of course, have a lot of people on the left side, some people on the right. This is not good. It's not good when you realize that a lot of the dialogue is being led by people who sometimes are just chasing clicks, but really should play no role in shaping America policy. So here's one from the pro-Israel side, Mariana Times. This person has 78,000 followers and has a lot of posts that get a lot of traction. Well, they're based in South Asia, which basically means India.
Oh, boy.
Here's another one, Nat Fadiv, based in Nigeria. Yeah. And then there are a lot of accounts like this showing, granted, they may not be AI. They may be taken from actual hot IDF girls. Because as I understand it, Gal Gadot is an IDF, so it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Fair. I see a lot of this on Sam's computer. A lot.
Yes, you do.
Of this on Sam's computer.
And then on the anti-Israel side, you have people like Unka is one person, 157,000 followers. A lot of the posts go viral. Again, based in South Asia, India. Times of Gaza, where there are a lot of reporting, by the way. This was actually cited by a lot of people for even death numbers, 977,000 followers. Based in East Asia and the Pacific. They try to claim they're from Palestine, but that doesn't seem to check out. Mohammed Shmiri, who has 843,000 followers, again, based in East Asia and the Pacific. And you see a lot of the and I don't mean, by the way, people who are America first, who think that we shouldn't be, funding all sides of the war. I think it's a totally reasonable position. But the people who basically say there were no rapes on October 7th, that October 7th was blown out of proportion, or a lot of the accounts that said the videos that you may have seen don't exist, and once they were revealed to exist, no, those are actually AI or fake. Those people who are very aggressively anti-Israel, you will notice a trend where they have a huge followership and are not based in the countries where they claim they're based. So Muhammad, this person with 843,000 followers, claimed about his location. He said, Twitter is showing wrong locations for Palestinians. My account showed Indonesia because my brother is there and he has access to my account.
Oh, come on. Really? That's the excuse?
Yeah.
At least have the sensibility to do what a number of other people on that list have done and nuke your account.
Yeah,
immediately.
exactly.
Like, take it down and just be done with it. I saw a lot, too. And there's so many to cover. Like, it's impossible to talk about all of them.
So many.
I saw so many of people saying, like, I'm a 12-year-old girl that's trapped in Gaza. Please send support. Or I'm a mother with a young person. And they were literally, like, nowhere near the Middle East. In these posts. Like, just absolutely taking advantage of people.
Well, and this one is pretty important. The next ones I'm going to get to, because some of these accounts have actually told Americans who to vote for or who not to vote for. And some of them under the guise of being more America first. So this account, Asuka Groiper, only has about 23,000 followers, but we're going to continue down this trail, based in New Zealand. And this account posted just 2 days ago, Nick Fuentes told me not to vote for Donald Trump, so I took it seriously.
Well,
were you voting absentee from New Zealand?
I don't think so.
Then there's actually the noted profile Fuentes Clips, 20,000 followers, but sort of disseminates a lot of Nick Fuentes clips, based in Europe. These people aren't all necessarily answering for this. By the way, of course, Nick Fuentes has been invited on the show. I think he has some legitimate grievances. And, I think he probably a lot of issues on which we agree and some on which we disagree. But you're seeing a lot of this sort of, we've talked about this quite a bit, the fracturing on the right. I don't think it's anywhere near as fractured as the left, but I notice a trend. If you look at a lot of the accounts who are dead set on the fracturing, a lot of them aren't based in the United States. And you can go and check this out yourself. Here's one, MAGA Nation, that has almost 400,000 followers, based in Eastern Europe.
Come on.
America First, 67,000 followers, based in Bangladesh, one of the worst places on earth throughout all of its history. MAGA Scope, based in Nigeria. Well, why don't you go make Nigeria great? Not again, just great ever.
Great.
Then you have the anti-MAGA folks. And again, you're seeing higher followerships with a lot of these people. Republicans Against Trump, 978,000 followers, based in Austria. They allegedly are using a VPN to show the USA now.
That's a really important thing, too. So bring that screenshot back up really quickly, just so I can tell people. So you see on the right-hand side, it says account based in the United States. If you hover over that shield, it gives you a little bit more information about what's going on there. So if you see that, hover over it. It's not as clear as just based in the United States. People are hiding it through VPNs and other things.
Sure. And to be fair, some of these that may not be accurate because they could be using VPNs. But if an account was created a very long time ago, ubiquity of VPNs, it's very likely that it was created from the country that you're seeing. Yeah. That's the most likely scenario. And the real problem here is it's tough to know what's true. We live in a post-truth era. And I can tell you that because you can have full debates that take place where one side is the very, very clear winner. And it doesn't matter because supporters of the loser will clip 10 seconds, 20 seconds here, and they'll just run it as a short, as a short, as a short. And now you have 50 clips and only one actual video of the original debate, and people will just think their side won. They'll just proclaim that they win. So dialogue isn't what it used to be, which is why I've issued that 5-point prescription in sort of figuring out who it is that you can trust. I talked about it on Piers Morgan. You can go and watch it. But a big part of it is, are these people willing to defend their viewpoints? Are they transparent with their sources? What have they done to fight the left, not just fight the right? These are important factors to take into account. Ron Smith, Ron XYZ00, again, another anti-Trump place, based in Kenya, but claimed New Jersey.
Obama's birthplace.
There are parts that are eerily similar. Alex Cole, 327,000 followers, based in North America, but edited his profile after X showed him based in Canada.
Yeah, but and I think this guy was a very prominent voice. I think there was a post from him saying he was in line to vote for Biden and to stay in line. Every vote counts. I'm here now too, and the lines are long. And I'm like, what are you talking? You're in Canada.
Yeah.
That's where the Church of Satan has their location set from.
Pretty
I'm
much.
not even kidding. It's 100% true. Jesus, by the way, look up the account Jesus, United States.
Oh, of course he is.
Church of Satan?
I don't care about the Church of Satan. Satan himself lives in Canada.
Well,
there's no doubt about that.
Not in the winter, he doesn't.
Yeah, he's in a strip club in Montreal.
Indoors.
Then we go to China, where they just can never get anything right. So Mao Ning, the spokesperson of China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, 159,000 followers, based in the U.S., which is weird. Chen Weihua, pro-CCP journalist, based in Singapore. Then Li Jingjing, Chinese state media journalist, a lot of followers, based in Korea.
Whoops.
Keep in mind that X has been banned in China since 2009, back when it was Twitter. So it's kind of like they have to be based somewhere else.
Yeah.
Again, it's just really, it becomes so concussive where you don't know what's real and what's not. And people now just get their news on social media, and I will run into these people. They'll go, what do you think about, and they'll discuss something that was maybe put forward 2 or 3 weeks ago, which has been thoroughly debunked, but they're only following people like this, and they create their own echo chambers, and that's not good.
You mean like the DHS being in Israel?
Yeah, that was another one. Well, we'll get to that.
No, sorry.
But here's a bonus one. Native American Soul, right? Posted with this picture giving the finger in front of Mount Rushmore saying, "You're on looted land." Well, it makes it tough to argue that when you're based in Bangladesh. And this one's just fun. 281,000 followers. Planned Parenthood, no surprise, based in Germany.
The birthplace of eugenics.
Who'd have thought the organization founded by one of our most noted eugenicists has a connection to Germany?
Oh, no.
Who knew? Oh, there you go. And this is the problem, too. This also has been used to lie to you. And I've seen this come from when people say the new right. A lot of lies have come from that faction in order to encourage you to not vote for Donald Trump. All is lost. And I also understand that Donald Trump has been a disappointment in some respects. I think that you should voice that. That's what's good about our side. But we do have to also walk through this. Go, okay, let's follow this logic trail. We get rid of him, and now we tar and feather Vance. Who do we replace them with?
Yeah.
And what does that look like? You know, we just saw Mamdani elected in New York, and we're seeing a lot of young people support him. You want that for the country? You think that's better than the first president to put any type of requirements into entitlement programs, the first president to ever make us a net negative migration country for the first time in 50 years? Do you really think we'd be better off with Kamala Harris? Do you think we'd be better off with a Mamdani and AOC? I mean, we do need to have these conversations.
Yeah. No, and I think it's incredible. That makes it make a lot more sense, because what Elon Musk just did is basically just pull back the curtain, and all of these foreign adversaries, they're just people that want to sow chaos in the United States. We're using VPNs to be able to do it and make it look like there's somebody here in the country. And he just basically pulled back the curtain on all of it.
Yeah.
So this isn't even real. Like, of course, our adversaries would rather us fight each other.
Right.
Of course, people that have interests in the United States would rather pursue those interests by saying they're doing it from a position of virtue.
Right.
Right. By creating this discord.
Well, I will tell you, because we have a lot of data available to us, because we have not only what's available on YouTube and on Rumble, but our mailing lists, and of course, a lot of Crowder website. And I have data over the course of decades now, not to mention we actually go out and speak with you, whether it's a Change My Mind, whether it's a talking with people, black and white and the gray issues, or if I ever do live shows, which I'll probably get back to in the next year, meet thousands and thousands of people, and we have hundreds of millions of traffic hits on all of the sites collectively, where we can look at trends. And I can tell you this. Look, comment below. My position, and I think the position of most people here to varying degrees, on Israel, because this has been turned into a wedge issue. I absolutely think it's fair to criticize the government of Israel. I think the government of Israel is largely secular. I think that we should stop funding all sides of that war. If you look at the countries we fund, not just Israel and not just with weapons, but if you look at, for example, Lebanon and you look at Jordan and you look at, depending on the given year, if it's Egypt or if it's Turkey, you could just look at that entire area of the world and say, okay, let's just stop funding all of it and really only have a relationship with Israel or, by the way, Saudi Arabia, whoever it is, when it's beneficial to us. And let's put Americans' interests first. But in principle, I support Israel having the right to exist and defend themselves. They should act in their own national security interest, just as we should. Comment below whether you agree with it or not if you think that's a reasonable position. In real life, when I express that view, I have never been accused of anti-Semitism, nor being a Jewish shill. Online, it's a Jewish shill / Nazi in the same day. And there's a real disconnect. When I started, really in 2009 on YouTube, 2008, it was reflecting a voice that wasn't really, it wasn't given a platform in legacy media. I will tell you this now, the voices that I am seeing amplified and reflected online, they do not actually reflect the dialogue that is going on in this country. And they certainly don't reflect the dialogue of the American populace who elect presidents. That's where there's been a huge divergence. And then people spend their time addressing these wedge issues or some of these figures who frankly don't have the same kind of pull that should be granted in real life. Because especially, you'll see this when we get to a general election. Do you want to lose always? Most people don't. And that brings us to some fake claims that have been made now. So now this provides transparency. You can look at the country of origin for the profile. Well, of course, right away, the AI specialists and Photoshoppers, and check the references because some of you will still say that I'm lying. I'm not. This big one was that DHS, our DHS, the United States, is based out of Israel. That's what people believed. It was posted. So DHS initially posted this picture, by the way, of Trump in response before formally replying, I can't believe we have to say this, but this account has only ever been run and operated from the United States. Screenshots are easy to forge. Videos are easy to manipulate. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
I love that they posted that picture in response to that. That's hilarious to me.
Yeah. And by the way, we just posted, here's something too. We just posted some of the bigger accounts. But what also happens is you have bot farms where there are a lot of smaller or medium-sized accounts boosting engagement.
Yes.
And that's why, that's the reason you'll see some trends. We're going, how is this thing trending again? No one in real life is really discussing this to this degree.
Right.
You have a few major accounts. You have some clip farms out there. They cut something, or they just start with a little kernel, a seed of a lie, and then a bunch of smaller accounts boost those engagements. And it seems like most of them are coming from India, Bangladesh. It's a problem. This is not, when people talk about not having censorship, and I agree, by the way, of course, online, unless someone is breaking the law.
Right.
But we also need to be able to have a conversation where we know if we are discussing matters of national policy for our country, that people who are not members of our country, who are not citizens, we should know that about these people if they're going to stick their oar in.
Yeah.
Because then you actually do. China, the big war with China and the big war with a lot of our adversaries, these aren't going to be bombs and bullets. It is going to be an information war. We're in that era. Sowing seeds of doubt, rancor within, people who should be pretty unified. And this is a step towards clarifying that. I think that's a good thing. I think the approach is transparency, not censorship.
Yeah. But I think individually it'd be very nice to have a toggle switch.
Right.
For me to go, I don't want content from several. India would be the first toggle switch that I would like to see. Several of these countries, I just don't want to see what they have to say if that post originates there. Do you know that a couple of the anomalies, there were some fan accounts for Ivanka Trump, that one of them had 1 million followers that I believe was in Nigeria. There was a bunch that were coming from other places as well. I think Macedonia was one of them. But particularly of interest, one of the most masculine male countries in the world, India, has a bunch of accounts talking about masculinity for men in the United States, which is why we're getting so many beta males.
Right.
Harry Sisson.
You want to be alpha male? Step 1, rape a water monitor lizard. It's a power move.
It's ridiculous. I mean, and it's just going to get worse. There are more and more and more of them.
And by the way, this will disproportionately affect the United States because we are the primary target. We are not only the leader of the free world, but as the United States dictates its own policy, the rest of the world follows, right? They have to dictate their own power. All of these other countries, it has to orbit. They all orbit the United States. And so everyone else has an interest in bringing the United States down a peg. The truth is, you're not going to find a bunch of American accounts trying to sow doubt in India because we don't really care.
Care about you guys. So.
We don't really think, we just don't want all of those people here turning this country into India.
Yes.
And you guys can comment if you've noticed anything with these features or any finds that we've missed. Just comment below because we'll probably be following up on this. It's still unfolding.
Yeah, we'll pull it up in Rumble Premium today. If you have any cool ones, you can send them.
Okay, great. Yeah, we'll pull those up from chat. Hey, if you're still watching this, you may be one of the 6 million or so subscribers on YouTube who is, for one reason or another, I don't understand it, still here. So back in the day, I would say click one of these videos and subscribe, but really just head on over to my channel on Rumble. Follow me there. I'm live 5 days a week, 11 a.m. Eastern, and I actually say the things that I mean to say. On YouTube, it's everyone here is kind of neutered, really. And there's just a general lack of testicular energy, but I mean that in the heterosexual way. Mostly.